15-4 inches, feet, and yards. So we're going back to the inches side. So we've gone from paper clips to inches to centimeters, and now bouncing back to inches. So you'll just be good at measuring anything and everything. So I'm looking at an inch, things that are about an inch. I'm going to say an eraser is about an inch. Here's my drawing of an eraser. I know, it's really good. What else is about an inch? Probably a paper clip still. I know I keep using that, but it's because it's at the beginning of my mind. Oh, you know what? This little thing. It's like a glass scraper that I used to get tape and stuff off tables. So I'm going to draw my scraper. Yep. About a foot. I'm going to say my foot is about a foot. This is a foot. It is 12 inches long. Another thing that's about a foot. Ooh, my red clock that sits at the back of the room. Telling the time. And a yard. A yard is 36 inches. It goes like this. So, oh, you know why this goes to 39? Where's the camera? There we go. This actually goes to 39. A yard is actually 36 inches, but on the back side, this is my meter stick, so it goes to 100 centimeters. So on one side is centimeters, on the other side is inches. There's less inches because inches are bigger, so you need fewer of them. There's more centimeters because they're smaller, so you need a whole lot more. And that's kind of part of what we're going to start working on today, in that concept. So things that are about a yard, more like a table would be about a yard. Another thing, oh, these chairs that have the wheels on them, they're probably about a yard high. Okay, so just ideas so you can kind of see an inch. Also, normally on an inch, if you want to see on your body, approximately, the estimate is from your knuckle of your thumb to the top of your thumb is about an inch. Now, obviously, our thumbs are all different sizes. So if I'm going to compare mine, that's about right. My thumb's a little bit longer. Your thumbs are probably a little bit shorter, but it's a good estimate of about what an inch is. So if we look on the inside, it's going to tell us what we're doing. You can use a ruler to measure length. A paper clip is about 1 inch. Hey, that's what I said. Okay, remember we're starting at that 0 line. A book is about a foot, so there are 12 inches in a foot. It's important to start to memorize these so you know 12 inches equals 1 foot. It's the same exact length measurement. You can use a yardstick to measure the length too. So a bat is about 1 yard, and there are 3 feet in a yard. So what we're going to be doing today is estimating and measuring. So if you had an eraser, oh, interesting. See, I guessed it was only 1 inch, but it looks like this eraser is longer. So they guessed 3 inches, and then when they actually measured it, it was actually closer to 2. Now, another thing you can use to help you in your vocabulary is this measuring length unit, and you can actually rip this page out and keep it or cut it out because it gives you helpful stuff like a yard is 3 feet. Okay, it'll give you some measurements here. There are 12 inches in 1 foot. So it shows you height, it shows you width, length. Okay, so it goes through all these different things, and they're just helpful words to know. So you can always keep that with you and look back at it if you ever forget anything. So guided practice. Circle the object that is about each length. So you're thinking of these objects in real life. So like a real life table, a little like bouncy ball, and a water bottle. So if you think of the difference of 1 inch, 12 inches, and a yard. You know how I always had that yardstick up on the whiteboard? That's a yardstick. So you could also, if you wanted at home, like start measuring just 3 feet and draw it out on the ground. Not draw it, but mark it out so you can see how long that is to help you visualize it if you don't have a yardstick at home. So of these options, an inch, this big, yeah, no. Table is not going to be an inch. A water ball is not going to be an inch. This little bouncy ball, though, that's going to be about an inch. About a foot in real life, which one is it? A table, a ball, or a water bottle? And about a yard, the biggest one, table, ball, or water bottle. To me, about a foot, this length, yeah, that's going to be about a foot. Maybe not exactly. Your water ball might be a little smaller, a little bigger, but similar. And about a yard, that's the biggest one, guys. That's a table. Think about it. This table, you probably have a couple people sitting at it. That makes more sense that it would be closer to a yard. Okay, so it's trying to get you to estimate and be able to visualize these things and get really good at using the terms inch, foot, and yard. Do you understand? Is your height closer to 4 feet or 4 yards? How do you know? Okay, so you personally, your height. When I look at me, I have, you can do this a couple different ways. Let's see. I'm going to go stand. Choo-choo-choo. Okay. Hi, kiddos. I hope that I'm in the, you can see this. So here's a foot, here's a yard. So is it closer to 4 feet? You can do this on yourself and you put your finger there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a little bit more than 5 feet. I knew that. Okay, if this is a yard, 4 yards. Ready? 1, 2. Oh my gosh. I'm hitting the ceiling at 3 yards. Yeah. Let's just say I'm not that tall. So it's fun, but try to measure yourself and yeah, see if you're closer to 4 feet or 4 yards. I like questions like that. It helps you to visualize it, and it's kind of fun too. Then this one you guys can do on your own, and remember you can replace things. So for example, if you don't have a glove, find something else. You should probably have some kind of chair at home. And then this one is actually how big your, like it's supposed to be from classroom. Like if we're in school, I'd be making you measure from one side of the room to the other. So just pick a room in your house and you're gonna try to measure it in yards. If you don't have a yardstick, remember 3 feet equals 1 yard. So have fun measuring like a big space because it's going to be fun. Remember here you're measuring in inches, here it's in feet, and here it's in yards because this is the smallest thing, so you'll be using the smallest unit of measurement. This is about like a middle size, so it kind of makes sense to use a foot, and this is huge, so it would probably be easier to measure with yards. If you don't have a yardstick about it, don't panic. I know it's different because you're not at school. And if you can't figure it out, just cross it out and do it in feet, and that's okay. Because again, like you might not have that tool with you. 7, reasoning. What is the best unit to measure the length of a baseball card, and how do you know? So I don't have a baseball card myself, but I have like a sight word card. A baseball card is a little smaller than this usually. Some of you might actually have baseball cards at home, so you would need to decide, would it make more sense to measure that with 1 inch, with feet, or with yards, and why? Backside, dun, 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 problem solving. Calvin measures the length of a car. This is not a toy car. It's supposed to be a real car, like the car that you get in and drive places in. He says it's 3 units long. Remember, a unit is just anything that's the same measurement again and again. So circle what unit Calvin used. This is a real car, not a toy car. Do you think the 3 units is 3 inches? Do you think it's 3 feet or 3 yards? Something fun you can do is you can ask your family if you can go outside and actually try to measure yours, or you could just visualize in your head and you might know without even measuring your car. Number 9, which is about an inch in length? So here's the ruler, about 1 inch. Would it be a calendar, a umbrella, a grasshopper, or a table? And then lastly, journal. Draw 3 pictures of things you see outside. Choose objects that are about an inch, a foot, and a yard long and explain your drawings. So you get to look outside from wherever you are, find something that's about an inch long, draw it and explain it, about a foot long, draw and explain it, and about a yard long, draw and explain what you see. Have fun!